everyone. Today I get to return to a band which I've listened to several times and which always had something, almost always I should say, had something really meaty for me to sink my teeth into. That is Metallica. Well, I've listened to, my first exposure to them was with And Justice for All. Then I moved to a very modern release, and that was the one that's why I say almost everything, because that one, it was okay, but it felt okay. And then I went back and listened to their song called One. Now Vlad tells me that this one comes from a bit later, but not very recent. It comes from the 90s. So I said, does that mean they have a sort of middle period? He said, maybe so. This one is Enter Sandman. It seems I'm on a bit of a Sandman track these days. I just recently listened to Rammstein's, let's see, what was that one called? It was about Sandman, but it didn't have Sandman in the title. It was
Mein Herz brennt.
Mein Herz brennt, yes. So we're playing around with Sandman. Well, of course, Metallica's Sandman came long before Rammstein. Maybe they led the way here. This is going to be fun. I have a few paragraphs to read before I listen. Enter Sandman, released in 1991, reached number 16 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and achieved platinum certification for more than 1 million copies shipped in the United States, spurring sales of over 30 million copies for Metallica and propelling Metallica to worldwide popularity. So that means that some of the earlier ones, like Injustice for All and One, they weren't so big worldwide, perhaps. Although I get the feeling they were pretty significant here in the US at least. Enter Sandman has received many accolades. Rolling Stone magazine listed it as the 408th song on their 500 Greatest Songs of All Time list, and 30th on their March 2023 100 Greatest Heavy Metal Songs of All Time list. VH1 placed it 22nd in their list of the 40 greatest metal songs of all time, 18th in their list of the 100 greatest songs of the 90s, and 88th in their 2003 list of the 100 greatest songs from the past 25 years. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame includes it in their list of the 500 songs that shaped rock. A significant piece of music, so, and tending towards metallic, of course, because it's Metallica. Let's see how... You know, I just realized Rammstein gave a rather almost metallic rendition of this idea. Now Metallica, or before then Metallica, are there any more blues rock or classic rock bands who've handled this Sandman? I don't know. If you know of one, I'd be curious to check it out. All right, before we get into the actual song part of this, I want to talk about my first impressions of this introduction. They managed to make it sound as if the drums are entering more than once, as if there's a new drum entrance, or perhaps as if there are 3 drum sets and a different drummer on each one. there were also several guitar entrances, but I'm used to hearing. I've gotten accustomed to hearing. Okay, the drums enter, the bass enters, the guitar enters. There's a staggered pattern which we hear often in rock music, but this felt like they were saying, "Here comes one drum. Ah, crash, here comes the next drum. Ah, crash, here's the next drum." And I just, this realization that it seems like the more metallic bands are taking this Sandman story, this fairy tale theme, and playing with it. I started to thinking, what makes it attractive to, and does it really suit? And I started thinking, maybe these guys have memories as a child of trying to fight off the Sandman. You try to fight off those sleepy eyes, and they somehow feel this distaste for that sleepy-eyed feel. Well, Sandman is the little fellow who comes and sprinkles sand in your eyes, and you can't resist. He makes your eyes close whether you want to or not, and it's kind of scratchy feeling, sandy feeling. So this is such a heavy approach to that kind of traditional storyline, and I don't know what they're going to do with it. Clearly, when I listened to Rammstein, they took it to another level, beyond the fairy tale as well. But it's interesting to notice how these different musical elements, okay, they're setting the stage for something which is going to sounds rather serious. It sounds like this is the start of a big night of adventure. We're off to Never Never Land. Say your prayers. Get ready. Include everyone in your prayers because you don't know where you're going tonight. Keep you free from sin. Okay, we're down to business and we're going somewhere. We're off to Never Never Land. Off we go. Oh, wow. Vlad's upset that I just stopped it. But I have to. I was waiting for the solo to end because okay. Now we're off to Neverland. And then we launch into this guitar solo, which feels like we are on this journey and we're going places, and what an experience. And, well, these dreams aren't of Snow White, it says. Dreams of war, dreams of liars, dreams of dragon's fire. Somehow this sounds like definitely a little boy's dreamland. You know, maybe not. How old do I imagine him to be? 6, 7? Old enough to be excited about tanks and soldiers and guns and all that stuff, and, you know, young enough to have the imagination fired by all sorts of fantastic ideas, and that's the age. And Sandman comes and says, I'm taking you on a journey tonight. And that guitar solo was just the perfect representation of the wild journey, the dreams. I wouldn't call it nightmares. It's not nightmares. Although it says something's wrong, I don't feel like it's bad. It's just, this is a wild night of adventure. Okay, I'm going to back up because clearly Vlad was upset that I stopped it in that moment. So let's feel the transition here, whatever's coming. Okay, I love this. Now I lay me down to sleep. This is not dad or mom helping you say your prayers. This is Sandman, and somehow you feel the need as this journey is going on. You're like, I somehow need to say my prayers here because this is really quite, this is more than I bargained for. I don't want to shut it off. I don't want to end it, but I need to say my prayers. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord to my soul to keep. They make sure they don't just reference the prayer, because it's the third line that's so important for the little boy in this dreamland. If I die before I wake, pray the Lord my soul to take. and then, of course, I love this. It feels as if a parent is leading the child through the prayers, but no, it's the Sandman. And so you hear the two voices back and forth. I love that moment. It just feels so appropriate. And then, hush, little baby, don't say a word. And never mind that voice you heard. It's perfect. It fits. And the music is just taking us on this journey. It fits the whole drama and scenario. I like the way the drums are, you know, we focused on the drums, but then I was trying to gesture with my hands, but I think I didn't do a very good job of it. The drums are coming in, and then there's also this the guitar is stepping down, and that feels so good in that moment, and it sets up this, okay, Sandman is going to lead me through my prayers now. I want to go back and listen to that again. I just enjoyed it so much. It's taking us up. Here are the drums. And the guitar. Dong. Do you like it?
Now I lay me down to sleep.
And as I'm listening to it again, the guitar, I was pointing down as if I wanted to hear another guitar note. It didn't go down, it just hovered there, and then the drums started picking up again. Instead, it was the voice that took in that low note, and I guess that's Hetfield's voice, isn't it? Now I lay me down to sleep. That's so good. It's as if he is picking up where we wanted to hear the guitar go. there's a bit of a delay between, so we feel the suspense. And then here it comes. Let's gotta hear it again. I want to hear it go down. Down lower than this.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Now I lay me down to
Pray
sleep.
the Lord my soul to keep.
Pray the Lord my soul to keep.
If I die before I wake,
If I die before I
pray
wake,
the Lord my soul to take.
pray the Lord my soul to take.
Hush still, baby, don't say a word. And never mind
that voice.
It's just the beast under your
just-
bed. In your closet, in your
In your
head. Exit light into night. Grain of sand. Exit light into night. Take my hand. Rock the never, never land. Yeah, yeah. Yo.
Well, I feel like it's a good idea for me to share my musical experience of this mythical Sandman figure, because there is a song in the classical repertoire which is very well known. It's known as Sandmännchen, which is the German name for Sandman. And Johannes Brahms set it to music. The traditional European folk tale is much more, should we say, tender, delicate. It's the little Sandman who comes and sprinkles sand in the child's eyes, and so that they can go off to some beautiful dreams, and they wake. And the melody, Die Blumen sie schlafen. It's lovely, it's beautiful, and maybe I'll have Vlad put a link to maybe some singer singing that, just so you can hear the contrast and appreciate more what Metallica has done with this mythical figure, and how they've taken the story and made it their own, and shifted the perspective a bit, and given us a whole different way of relating to this little Sandman figure. I like that they've taken it such a different direction. I guess I would be disappointed if they took this idea of the flowers are sleeping, and go to sleep, my beautiful child, and sleep sweet dreams until you wake in the morning with pure eyes. Because I don't think that those kinds of fairy tale stories really fit a metal band. It's better left to a little leader, piano, voice, flute, or some other lighter, warmer musical setting. But what I like about this, and I guess I like this, I can't help but going back to my first listen of Rammstein's song as well, which referenced Sandman. Somehow I feel like this Metallica is better, or perhaps more, maybe I shouldn't say better. Anyway, it fits the tradition better, is what I mean, because this is still child appropriate. It's a little bit older child. It's not a little baby with curls laying on the pillow, but this is still the ideas, the sentiments. They're not dark. They're not sinister. Oh, you have this little Sandman, this deep voice, Hetfield's voice, and so good. I mean, now I lay me down to sleep. I just love that spot. It's so good. And this feeling of grand adventure. There's speed, there's drama, there's excitement, there's a bit of fear, but it's not terror. And that's what I like about it. I guess with Mein Herz brennt, it's a bit more terrifying and feels like more adult content. This is still in the children's story world. So I like that, and I like that they've said it this way, and I like that they've turned it into their own. And I would love for you to listen to Brahms' version, just so you can compare the different musical approaches. And let me know what you think in the comments, because it's fun to get a sense of how vastly different and how creative different handlings of ideas can be.
When will you allow Lison to listen to this if it's child appropriate?
I told you, it's at least a 6-year-old, right? I'll let you decide that. That one's your decision to make. A fun return to Metallica and an enjoyable new perspective on this Sandman character. We'll see when Blood introduces it to Liesl. That's his job. And I'll let you know when it happens, if I'm aware of it.